A few years ago, when I was in my late 20s, I was living alone. Life was ordinary. Work in the morning, back home by evening, wasting time in front of the TV until I passed out. No serious relationship, no real social life. Just existing. I still remember that night, like it happened yesterday. It was a cold evening in March. I had just dragged myself home after a long day at work. I was too tired to even take my jacket off. I just collapsed onto the couch, half covered by a cheap blanket, staring blankly at the TV. Some random horror movie was playing, but I wasn't paying attention. At some point, I glanced at my phone. It was 11:12 p.m. No missed calls. No messages. Not that I expected any. Then I heard it, a faint tapping noise from the front door. It was so light, I almost convinced myself I imagined it. Maybe just the wind, I thought. But a few minutes later, knock, knock, knock. Someone was at the door. A chill ran down my spine. Who the hell would be knocking at this hour? My neighbors were old, and they weren't the type to pay late-night visits. I stayed completely still, listening, waiting. Another knock, louder this time, more deliberate. My heart started racing. I slowly got up and crept to the hallway. I peered through the peephole. Nothing. No one standing at the door. It made no sense. If someone had knocked, they'd still be there, right? Just as I was about to turn away, tap, tap, tap. This time, from the window, the living room window. Someone had moved to the side of the house. I bolted into the kitchen and grabbed the biggest knife I could find. I wasn't thinking, just running on pure instinct. I didn't dare look out the window. Instead, I turned off all the lights and crouched down on the cold kitchen floor, holding my breath, listening. Minutes passed, dead silence. I almost convinced myself it was over when I heard it. Click. The back door handle, turning. I rushed over and checked the locks. Thank God they were still secured. But the sound of that handle clicking, it's something I'll never forget. I fumbled for my phone and called 911. My hands were shaking so badly I could barely type the numbers. I whispered to the dispatcher, gave them my address. She told me to stay on the line. And then, crash. The glass on the patio door shattered. They were inside. Without thinking, I sprinted upstairs and locked myself in my bedroom. I wedged myself inside the closet, clutching the knife, trying not to make a sound. And then I heard the footsteps. Heavy, slow, deliberate. Whoever it was. They were searching the house, and they were taking their time. I could hear them coming up the stairs. Every creak of the wood echoed in the silence. Closer. Closer. They stopped outside my bedroom door. The handle jiggled. Locked. Then, bang! The door shook violently. Another bang. Another. I sat there in the dark, frozen, heart slamming against my ribs. After the third bang, silence. Footsteps. Retreating. A few minutes later, the sound of sirens filled the night air. The cops had arrived. When they cleared the house, whoever had broken in was long gone. They found the shattered glass. They found footprints, but no suspects. Later, I found out that several homes in my area had been targeted that week. Always at night, always when someone was home alone. The police said it was organized, not random. That night, not opening the door, not making a sound. That's what saved my life. But even now, sometimes late at night, when the wind rattles the windows and the house falls too quiet, I swear I can still hear it. Knock, knock, knock. Some doors you should never open.